beware.
Alright. That's a 5. Oh. Hey there. What's up, my SegaNet members, and welcome back to Viewer Beware. It's the only show where we go over each and every episode of the original Goosebumps TV series, and tonight we have a very special episode because we are watching the Haunted House game. Now, I almost always confuse this episode with an episode we did in the past called The House of No Return.
That's because you're in a deep psychosis, losing grip on reality.
Well, that may be true, but it's also about kids that go in haunted houses and discover things about those haunted houses. Also, they're named kind of similarly, but the Haunted House game has one key difference.
Is it a game?
How'd you know?
It's in the title, dumbass.
Okay, rude. But the Haunted House game is a story of two kids that walk into a haunted house to find a lost kitty cat when they find a board game instead that sucks them off into game land.
The game sucks you off?
Oh, yeah, big time. All the way to a new reality. Now, we've seen this before, but have we seen it with a zombie fishing boat captain? I think not. So, let's get our die ready and enter the Haunted House game. Our heroes Nadine and Jonathan are minding their business walking to a pep rally when they see a little girl crying on the sidewalk. After asking the girl what's wrong, she says she lost her kitty cat after it ran into the creepiest house you've ever seen. Nadine, ignoring all of these red flags, goes into the house to recover the lost kitty by simply breaking into the supposed abandoned building. After Nadine's voice disappears, Jonathan walks in to find her. Jonathan walks through the eerie green glowing home until Nadine sneaks up behind him.
There you are.
Couldn't find it.
Come on, let's go.
Already having enough of this creepy place, Jonathan suggests just leaving the cat, but Nadine is intrigued by a mysterious board game.
It looks like this house.
Hey, turn that over. It said something inside the lid.
After opening the lid, it looks like the box contains a swirling abyss, but these nerds are more interested in the directions stapled to the lid. Before they finish reading all the rules, both kids are zapped into the box and Nadine quickly pieces the situation together.
Jonathan, I think we're in the game.
Yeah? Oh, well, I don't want to play any stupid game. I just want to go home.
The two finish reading the rules and deduce that they can only get out of the game by beating it. So the game gods gift them with a tsunami of dice. After the kids' first roll, they land on Pay Your Last Respects, which zaps them into a mystery room with a coffin.
This must be the action card.
I think that's pretty apparent from the bold words that say action card, but anyway, now they have a goal to complete, and decide to search the coffin. Nadine boldly decides to grab all over the corpse until she decides it's best just to steal the compass off his chest. After closing the coffin, the corpse ends up directly behind them, but since the two completed the goal, they just have to roll the dice to move on. Jonathan decides he's had enough and tries to leave the game, but the game has other plans.
I said I quit. I'll find my own way out of here. I'm not going through that again. What's up with this?
Nadine is still surprisingly optimistic about the situation and decides they should move on to the next space. The two zap to a room with tons of animal remains and fishing trophies decorating it.
I don't like the looks of this place.
Where are we?
Grab some R&R.
Jonathan stumbles across a rod and reel and decides that is the answer that the game wants. But as soon as they walk off, the ghost of a boat captain nets Jonathan and starts reeling him in. Nadine grabs the dice just in time and starts the next turn. The new room contains the ghosts of two old ladies playing backgammon, with an action card that says they need to ask the ladies for something.
Excuse me? Do you have something for me?
Yes, my dear, I do. Come closer.
Well, that was simple enough. Or was it?
My hand! What's happening to my hand?
Nadine is aging faster than a banana on a windowsill when Jonathan throws his dice directly in a hole in the floor. So he just steals the backgammon dice and rolls those instead, starting the next turn.
Jonathan, look!
Advance to go back. It's about time.
The kids supposedly rolled just the right number to skip directly to the end. Sounds too good to be true. The kids walk through to the area and stumble into a completely dark room. Jonathan starts using his camera flash to catch small glimpses of their surroundings, but notices two ghastly old men walking towards them. But it turns out it was just two other kids named Noah and Annie who have been stuck in the game for a while. Annie says they tried to warn the two when they saw them from the game board, but they couldn't get through.
Where are we?
The basement?
The basement? We just came through the front door. How can we be in the basement?
This house is like a puzzle. We've been trying to figure it out for years.
Years?
The kids all decide they are done playing and try to bust out a window to leave the house. But as they attempt to do so, Noah gets snagged by a laundry monster. This may be the quickest character introduction to death we have seen in the series to date. The remaining kids decide to play by the rules and use the items they gathered to progress through the house.
To reverse the effect, use the yes! Before it was just a lock it. Now it's an unlock it.
In this next area, it looks like the kids are stuck in a laser tag arena with seemingly no way to navigate it. So Nadine uses the compass to guide their path through the maze. As they get near the end, Noah miraculously rejoins the group.
Noah!
What happened to you?
I don't know. All I remember is being pulled through the clothes and then suddenly I'm walking through the halls. Look!
Sure, there's lots of questions to be asked here, but the end of the game is so close the kids are a little distracted. As they walk towards the exit door, the hallway stretches out infinitely before them, making it impossible to just walk to the end. Jonathan uses the rod and reel to pull the exit door towards them and stop the house from morphing, getting the crew back to the foyer. As the kids descend the stairs, all of the ghosts that appeared in the game swarm to the exit door. Desperately, Jonathan uses his camera flash to scare the spirits away, but as they try to leave, Noah and Annie reveal their big secret. They actually were the creepy old guys, they just disguised themselves. The old men reveal that Nadine and Jonathan are stuck here forever and will be permanent pieces of the board game because they failed to get out. As the kids try to negotiate their way out of the game, the old men let the kids know they had a bet with each other if the kids would get out or not, with both ghosts cheating to help and hinder each other's progress.
You're a sore loser. You bet me that they couldn't find the front door, and they did, so I win. Doesn't count if you cheat.
While the two ghosts argue, Nadine and Jonathan are reminded about the rules stating roll a 7 and go to heaven. So Nadine gambles it all and tosses the dice down the stairs.
Come on, let's go!
I lost my kitty cat. The door was open and it just ran right in.
It's okay. We'll go get it for you.
But what if you can't find it?
Don't worry, we'll find it.
Wait here, we'll be right back.
So there we have it. The board game is a manifestation of two ghosts playing a game and betting against each other, and I guess the ghost girl outside is potentially a third ghost, but maybe just shape-shifting ghost hobo guy. It's not really clear. But even though they did show that they cheat against each other, they still respect the golden rule of 7s in the game.
A ghost has to have a code.
Heard that, but the Haunted House game was based on a short story in Even More Tales to Give You Goosebumps that is completely different than the episode we just watched, except for some character names. So in the short story version, Jonathan and his friend Nadine are babysitting Jonathan's younger brother and sister, Noah and Annie, when they decide to pass the time by playing a board game. And as they play, the things that show up on the board happen in real life, like footsteps upstairs or a knock at the window. Ultimately, it leads to Jonathan getting so scared he leaves the house, where he finds a newspaper clipping of 4 kids mysteriously dying in the 40s. And then when he walks back inside, he notices that everything is exactly the way it was before they started the game. And that's when he suggests they play the game again, Meaning, these 4 ghost kids are stuck in some kind of purgatory hell where they have to keep replaying the same game over and over and over again and getting scared over and over and over again till, the end of times.
That's just evil. I love it.
Exactly, that's just torture and so much worse than just 2 ghost hobos playing a game. Ever since a bad mushroom trip, I am just absolutely terrified of time loops. Like, get that whole shit out of my face. I don't want to see it. But, with that being said, that does make the episode less scary, but it is definitely more campy with the kids being on, a giant board game and walking along to different areas. And whether or not that's a good or bad thing is really up to viewer discretion. For me, it's a toss-up. I mean, sure, I like when the stories are more scary, but I also like the classic Goosebumps campy vibe of, over-designed, overly spooky-looking sets and events that, they would be scary in real life, but you're watching them and they're like, this looks like a cartoon. I like that. And so for that reason, I'm going to have to give the Haunted House game 3 bumps out of 5. Check it out. And if a little girl ever asks you to find her lost kitty cat, just tell her to go to the pound or something. There's tons of cats out there. She'll find another one, Cats grow on trees around here. I got one right here even. He's looking at me. I can go get another one right now. But I wouldn't because I love this cat, so don't tell him I said that. Luckily, he doesn't speak English. So, I will see you guys next time on Viewer Beware. And also, if you made it this far, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'd really like it. Love you guys. See ya.
Jonathan, I think we're in the game.
Yeah? Oh, well, I don't want to play any stupid game.